It's Thursday, March 12th at 2:52 p.m. Just to catalog exactly when these thoughts are being recorded. I say that because I'll make a prediction, and then Timothy Chalamet will double down on his ballet thing, and I'll lose all sense of anything that I was going to say, and it'll end up going to Ethan Hawke. So I have the Letterboxd Oscars ballot thing in front of me, so I'm gonna go in that order. It's more fun to. It's way more fun to predict things when you are either completely wrong or you knocked it out of the park and you cement it in a video. So I'm gonna hope that this is like not super embarrassing. Actor in leading role. All right, I rewatched Sinners and Marty Supreme. People are switching up on Timmy. I don't see it. I still think Michael B. Jordan's my pick. I think he has the best performance out of all five of these. DiCaprio and Mark Moore are not. They're not in the conversation. It's between Timmy and Michael B. Jordan. I'm gonna say Timmy's still gonna win it. The ballet shit aside, because that happened before the voting or after the voting closed. I think Timmy's gonna take it. He's still gonna take it. The only argument I could see for Timmy not taking it is that he has like a way longer career ahead of him. Dune's coming out this year, and they might do a Return of the King thing where they give the ending of the trilogy all the awards, and then they give Timmy Best Actor. And Michael B. Jordan is older, and this would be his only real time to do it. But I don't know. I still think Timmy's got it. So my chaos option for lead actor is Ethan Hawke. I think. Or DiCaprio, honestly. DiCaprio or Ethan Hawke would be like... That would be crazy. I think Ethan Hawke would be the chaos option, though. People like DiCaprio in one battle after another. Supporting role? Alright, this is where I'm going to do my hot take, okay? This is where my hot take is. I want Benicio to take this so bad. And I didn't think that when I first came out of one battle and everybody was like, oh my god, Benicio. I was like, he's barely in the movie. Like, he doesn't count. But, like, I've seen the movie, like, 3 times since then, and... He's the one. He is more likable than Sean Penn. Sean Penn already has 2 Oscars, so the third Oscar would be a little too much. I don't think Sean Penn's got it. He did really bad early season. He came back at the end, but he's been doing pretty bad. Jake Elordi, no. Delroy Lindo would be cool, but that's not gonna happen. It'd be cool if that happened. I would be happy, but it's not gonna happen. I think Stellan has it. I think Stellan has got this one in the bag. If it went to Sean Penn, I wouldn't be surprised. But I think at the state of things right now, I'm going to call it for Stellan. I think Stellan has it. I mean, Stellan's so good in that movie. He's basically like a co-lead in that movie. I'll call it for Stellan. My chaos option is Jacob Elordi. I think if Jacob Elordi won Best Supporting Actor, I think people would start rioting in the streets. I mean, this is the most competitive... I like even the Ethan Hawke thing. The chaos of Ethan Hawke would be like, I feel like everybody would just feel like weird about it. I feel like a supporting actor. I feel like because of the Sean Penn, Benicio, Stellan like cat fight that's happening. I feel like if Jacob Elordi won, that would be fucking nuts. I think that would be really funny. So that's my chaos option. Actors, I haven't seen If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, and I haven't seen Song Sung Blue. And I don't really want to. Easiest prediction of the night, Jessie Buckley as Hamnet. Jessie Buckley and Hamnet. I don't want her to win this. I know she will. I'm not going to be like terribly happy about it. She was the best part of that movie. I still don't like that movie. We'll get there when we get to picture, but I don't like that movie very much. And Jessie Buckley was the only redeeming quality of it, if I'm being honest. But I wanted to go to Renata Reinsve. I want it to go to her. I wanted to go to Renata Reinsve because her performance is so much more like subdued and like subtle and like emotional than anybody else here. Emma Stone, cool performance, not a leading role, and I don't know why she's nominated here because she's not a lead in this, not even a little bit. Even though I think probably my favorite would be either Renata Reinsve or Emma Stone. I'm gonna give it to Renata Reinsve because she's an actual leading actress, but it's not going to go to her. It's going to go to Jessie Buckley, so there's no point in even discussing it. So the chaos option for leading actors is Kate Hudson. I don't think there's any. It would be really funny, but I don't think there's any like world where that's happening, but there's no competition. It's Kate Hudson. Actress in a supporting role? No, I actually haven't seen Weapons, but I think Amy Madigan, it's going to be a Jamie Lee Curtis Everything Everywhere situation where it's like a legacy award. They're not going to care about the performances much, even though I think every performance here, except Elle Fanning, I don't think Elle Fanning deserves to be here. I think Odessa would have been better here, but whatever. I think every performance here is worthy of this award. I haven't seen Weapons, but I'm sure it's fine. But I think it's going to go to her. I want either Teyana Taylor or Wunmi Mosaku to win, preferably Wunmi Mosaku. Either of those two, and I'd be happy. I feel like the chaos option for supporting actress would be Elle Fanning. I feel like she's the only one here that's like, nobody wants her to win. Like, nobody wants Elle Fanning to win this. Like, I've heard arguments for everybody else, and everybody's like, why is Elle Fanning here? Odessa should be here. No diss to Elle Fanning, she's great in that movie, but nobody wants her to win that. Animated feature, I've only seen K-pop Demon Hunters, and I don't think there is a world where it doesn't win off of the basis that it's fucking K-pop Demon Hunters. I feel like Elio would be a funny chaos option. It would be really funny if Elio took Best Animated Feature, but that's not gonna happen. I haven't seen any of the animated shorts. Casting. Okay, so my original pick and prediction on my ballot was I picked Sinners and I'm predicting one battle after another. But I feel like upon revisiting Marty Supreme, I think Marty Supreme might be the best casting. I mean, you like Timmy obviously like carries that movie, but you also have Odessa and you have Mr. Wonderful, who does like an amazing job in the movie. He's like kind of incredible in that movie. He honestly deserves a supporting nomination more than Jacob Elordi, but he's so good in that movie. And then you also have like Tyler the Creator, who's also like really good. I feel like my pick is kind of Marty Supreme. It's going to change from Sinners to Marty Supreme, even though the casting in Sinners is great. I think the casting in Sinners is awesome. I think everybody in that movie does an amazing job. I think Marty Supreme is just like the more outstanding casting. It's the more like bombastic casting. Like it's like a Safdie thing is like the cast of those movies. You think about like Twilight era Pattinson being in Good Time and he's killing it. You think about the fact that like Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler discourse even happens like now where everybody's like, oh my god, Uncut Gems, dude, Adam Sandler was great in Uncut Gems. And then now you have like Timmy on the fucking Sphere. The casting in this movie is just so good. Pick is Marty Supreme. My prediction is still one battle after another. I think the Academy would do that. Hamnet would be the chaos option there, I feel like, because everybody was like on the anti-Paul Mescal train when Hamnet came out, or when the awards buzzwords was happening, so I feel like that would be the upset. Cinematography, my original pick and prediction was one battle after another. I have since seen these. I think Frankenstein's out of the equation. I think that movie looks bad. I don't think that movie looks good, so I will take that out. Marty Supreme, it looks fine, but there was never like a shot in Marty Supreme that was like, oh my god, like, this is the one, this is incredible, this is desktop wallpaper material. I think One Battle After Another looks great. It has a great like color to it, and Sinners also looks great, and Train Dreams looks fantastic. I want to see Train Dreams get something, and I feel like this is the only thing that Train Dreams could actually get. Like, realistically, it's not getting adapted. It's not getting picture. So I think if Train Dreams could get cinematography, that would be nice. Predict One Battle After Another, and I feel like that's fair. Frankenstein would be the chaos option for that. Frankenstein looks bad. Chaos option for cinematography, easily Frankenstein. That it is not a good looking movie. Costume design, that's the easiest. It's going to Frankenstein. There's no other conversation that needs to happen. I'd like it to go to Sinners. Sinners has some great costumes. Yeah, it's the easiest Frankenstein award in my life, but if Sinners won, that would be pretty dope. The chaos option for costume design, probably Avatar. Or Hamnet, it would be fine, it would be whatever. But Avatar, I feel like Avatar people would be like, it's all CGI, like, that's not real. Directing, okay. This is kind of the most heartbreaking one. Josh Safdie's out of the equation. That's not happening. It could have happened. It could have happened, but not anymore. Joachim Trier, I don't think Sentimental Value is the director's movie as much as it is like a writer's movie. So I'm gonna say that one's out. It's between Coogler and PTA, and by between I mean those are the two best directors here. But it's not gonna happen. PTA is winning this. This is the only time PTA will ever win an award like this, so they're gonna give it to him. He's never going to have this opportunity again. Sucks for Ryan Coogler, but I think Coogler will make something like Sinners again. That's going to happen again. And PTA will make something better than One Battle After Another, but this is the only year where PTA doesn't like have any real competition. So I think they're just going to give it to PTA and be safe, and it's kind of honorary at this point because he's earned it. He's been earned this since Magnolia. He's earned this, so I think it's worth giving it to him. It sucks for Ryan Coogler, but I know Ryan Coogler will make something as good or better than Sinners, and he'll get his flowers for it. So my pick and prediction for directing is PTA. The chaos for directing would be Chloe Zhao. That would be the worst like edge of all time to see, like PTA on the like such a big scale, and everybody knows PTA is going to get it and he deserves it. For it to go to Chloe Zhao would be very upsetting. That would cause riots. I didn't watch the documentaries. I didn't watch any of the shorts because I'm a little mainstream boy. Okay, editing. First of all, I think Sentimental Value, get that shit out of here. I don't like the edit in that movie. The like cuts to black and then like different, I don't know, that it's edited like TV, and I don't like that. So Sentimental Value, get that shit out of my face. I kind of think some of the editing in Sinners is weird. That's like the one thing about that movie that I don't like think is like top tier. There's some cuts in that movie that are really weird. Marty Supreme is a well edited movie for like the tension of it, and then F1's like the editing movie. I feel like that's out of all five of these, it's the only one where I'm like, the edit stands out more than anything else. This is the thing. I think One Battle After Another is probably gonna win because the editing is always like the best picture winner is One Battle After Another. I mean, the best picture winner takes editing. Like Bohemian Rhapsody aside, that's usually what happens. But I'm gonna safely say and predict that One Battle After Another is gonna win this. But I kind of think F1 should win it, like a little bit. Like I think F1. This and sound are the only two things that I think F1 could reasonably win, and I feel like they would give it, if they were to give it to the movie that had the best editing, they would give it to F1. So even I feel like the chaos option for editing, even though I feel like it maybe kind of deserves it, I feel like F1 would be a shock. I feel like that would be a shock to see that win. International feature, this is weird because I think it's very much so like it's a fight between The Secret Agent and Sentimental Value. It's not going to, It Was Just an Accident, Surratt, or The Voice of Indrajab, which is kind of crazy to say, but like when you put two of these movies into Best Picture, you're automatically implying that two of them are better than the other three. So I'm gonna just take those out. My pick is Sentimental Value. I think it's a better movie than The Secret Agent, but I don't know which one they would go for. I want to say they'd also probably go with Sentimental Value just because there are more acting noms, and there are way more. There's a screenplay nom, there's an editing nom. Like I think Sentimental Value is being considered more. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're gonna do Sentimental Value. So my pick and prediction for international feature is gonna be Sentimental Value. The chaos option, probably. I don't know. These are all good movies from what I've heard. I've only seen two of them, but they all seem pretty good. None of these would cause chaos. I think every single one of these movies makes sense to be here. So legitimately, I don't think I can choose one here. I feel like all of these movies have reasons to be here, so there's no chaos there. Anything could happen. Makeup, I'm going to pick and predict Frankenstein. I feel like that's fair to predict it, but also, I think the makeup looks pretty good in that movie. Sinners also has some really good makeup and hairstyling. I didn't see anything else in this category, so I could be off on that, but I feel like Frankenstein has this in the bag, so it's not really like, I don't know, it's not a big deal. The chaos option for makeup would be the Smashing Machine. I feel like that would be really funny. It would be even funnier if Marty Supreme won nothing and the Smashing Machine won makeup and hairstyling. It's not gonna happen, but that would be the funniest thing to happen at the Oscars, like, since Jay McCarroll got slapped by Will Smith. Original score is the one that I am the most, like, conflicted on, because, I mean, Frankenstein's score was mediocre, Hamlet's score is whatever, Begonia's score is good, but it's not that big a deal. If Marty Supreme's score was in here, it would be this would be the most divisive category if Marty Supreme's score was in here, which is kind of absurd that Hamlet's mid score got in over Marty Supreme. That's beside the point. I'm gonna say the only thing, I think Sinners is the best score here. Even though I love One Battle After Another score, I think Sinners is the best score here. The only reason why why one would think Sinners wouldn't win this is because Ludwig Göransson already has so many Oscars, and they would want to get to Johnny Greenwood. But I'm gonna say, like, handily, Sinners has the best score out of all of these, which is why I'm gonna say my pick and prediction is Sinners. But if they gave it to Johnny Greenwood, if they gave it to One Battle After Another, I wouldn't be too shocked. Original score chaos option would probably be Frankenstein. Like, Begonia would make sense. Frankenstein, I feel like everybody would just be like, what are you talking about? Like, Desplat has so many better scores. You ever Mr. Fox in the Fields? Like, bro. Music original song, it's gonna go to Golden. I would like it to go to I Lied to You. It does suck that they are not going to do any performances of the other three. That just kind of defeats the purpose of nominating them in the first place. Like, yeah, if they're not going to perform them, we know they're not going to win. But I think it's going to go to Golden. I see, like, no conceivable universe where Golden does not win this award. But I Lied to You would be very cool. Chaos option for music original song. Fucking Diane Warren, dude. That's not going to happen. That's the least likely event to happen. The thing is going to get blown up, and the FBI will have to stop a terrorist attack way before Diane Warren wins original song. So, production design, this is weird because I know it's going to go to Frankenstein, but I'm not going to be happy about it. I would go Sinners. I think Sinners' replication of what time period it's trying to take place in is way more interesting than Marty Supreme's. But if it went to either of those two, I would not be disappointed. I'd be happier if it went to either Marty Supreme or Sinners. But I know it's going to go to Frankenstein. So my prediction is Frankenstein, and my pick is ultimately Sinners. But if it went to Marty Supreme too, I wouldn't be disappointed. Chaos option for production design, probably One Battle After Another, I feel. Well, I don't think it would cause chaos. It would make me feel weird, because I'm like, the production design in One Battle After Another is like, compared to the rest of these, it's like, I don't even think about it. I don't know if there's like a true chaos option, but for me, I feel like the one that would be the worst would be One Battle After Another. Sound, I think it's kind of the same thing with editing for me. Seurat, I have not seen. I've heard that movie sounds great, but I haven't seen it. Frankenstein, why is that here? Get that shit out of here. One Battle After Another, I don't remember anything about the sound really being crazy. The only two movies that have like sound, that are sound movies that I've seen here are F1 and Sinners. I think Sinners sounds great. I like rewatched it yesterday with the Dolby Atmos shit, and it sounds great. And I'd say it's probably the best sounding movie here. But I'm gonna safely predict F1 for this. I think this is the one award. I think this category is the reason F1 is like even in the Oscars, is because it's gonna win this. It's the one award that it's gonna have. So I'm gonna safely predict F1 and pick Sinners. Chaos option for sound, I feel like it would probably be Frankenstein, because like, does anybody remember the sound in that movie being interesting at all? I think the chaos option would be Frankenstein. Visual effects, I haven't seen any of these except F1 and Sinners. I think Sinners looks great. I think the VFX in that movie look, for the most part, really good. It looks pretty practical, so I'm gonna pick Sinners, but I'm gonna predict Avatar. Like, there's no way that Avatar doesn't win this. So the visual effects chaos option, that's Jurassic World, bro. Jurassic World Rebirth. That's an Oscar-nominated film, Jurassic World Rebirth. That's probably a safe chaos option. Nobody wants that to win anything. Nobody wants that to be here. There are so many movies here with better visual effects than Jurassic World Rebirth. So, writing adapted. Cops agree with me. They think I should give it to F1. I think writing adapted, PTA has this one on fucking lock. I don't think there's any conceivable world in which any of these other movies take it. The only thing that could maybe take it, which is kind of a villain, is Hamnet. I think that like is kind of a threat to adapt it, but I don't. It's my pick and prediction of one battle after another, and I don't think that needs explaining. The chaos option for adapted screenplay would probably be it would undercut One Battle After Another, which is like huge. So any of these winning over that would probably be crazy. But Frankenstein or Hamnet? Probably Hamnet. I would say Hamnet is probably the safe choice for chaos in this category. Like that would cause an uproar. I mean, it would make me upset. It is the worst script here by far. Because if Train Dreams won, I feel like everybody would be like, I didn't want it to win, but you know what? Train Dreams is a sweet movie that it's innocent. It's a very innocent movie that you just can't get mad at. Frankenstein, people love Frankenstein. People would go to bat for Frankenstein, and then Begonia. Begonia is probably the second best screenplay here, so I wouldn't be like super upset. But Hamnet probably. Writing original is more interesting. I have not seen It Was Just an Accident. I was meaning to, but then. I just couldn't get around to it. I'll probably watch it soon, and I doubt it would change my take here. I doubt it would. I'm gonna say I would pick Sinners. I think Sinners. Oh, but Marty Supreme though. Marty Supreme is a great script. Sinners has a great script, but it's also like the execution of it is what makes that movie so good. I feel like Sinners is not a script movie as much as it is just like everything else around it. I would like Marty Supreme to take writing because I think it has the best script here, but I think Sentimental Value is just going to take it because of Joaquin Trier and like legacy. So my pick is Marty Supreme and my prediction is Sentimental Value. Original screenplay chaos option, probably Blue Moon, because nobody watched it. Nobody saw it. So it would be like, that's not a real movie. Why did that win over Sinners? That's not a real movie. Even though I think Blue Moon's probably one of the better written scripts here. I feel like Blue Moon would probably just be like, what is that? People would see that win and be like, what the fuck is that? This is bullshit. It's not real. And now we're here to Best Picture. I think F1 is out of the conversation. I think Hamnet is out of the conversation. Chloe Zhao already has that. In the similar vein, I feel like Frankenstein's out of the equation because Guillermo already has it. Begonia, I'm gonna say no. I think Yorgos, it's like PTA where it's like he's had great movies, but better movies have come out in the same time. I feel like Yorgos will have that day. Poor Things was almost that, where he's gonna have his year, where it's like nothing else even comes close to one of his, and that's gonna be his one. Marty Supreme, even though it's probably the third best movie here, I'm gonna say no. I don't think Marty Supreme is that guy to Oscars voters. But if it did win, I would be happy because it's fantastic. Secret Agent, that's not happening. I think if for another international feature to win, it would have to have like Parasite level like appeal, and The Secret Agent does not have that. Same for Sentimental Value. I don't think Sentimental Value has that Parasite level of like everybody unanimously agrees this is a masterpiece and everybody can't stop talking about it. That's not those two. And then Train Dreams is cute, but it's not. I love Train Dreams. It's one of the only movies here that made me cry. But it's not gonna do that. It's not doing that. It probably has the least likely F1 has a better chance of taking Best Picture than Train Dreams. Train Dreams is not doing those numbers. So it's between Sinners and One Battle After Another. I'm gonna be safe and predict One Battle After Another. I think One Battle After Another has it, but I think Sinners is the best movie of the year. It's probably the best movie of the decade, if we're being honest, if we're being real. Like it's definitely the best movie of the decade to me. It's the only one here that's like really stood out to me. Is like, this is like One Battle After Another and Marty Swim are fantastic movies, great movies. I think Sinners is the only movie here that's going to be talked about in like 25 years as highly as people are talking about it now. I think One Battle After Another will fade in the mind's consciousness as just another great PTA movie in his catalog of fantastic movies. I think Marty Supreme is going to be Uncut Gems, it has been remembered, but it's like it's kind of just fade in the background. I feel like Marty Supreme will eventually fade in the background. I think Sinners is going to become this decade's Get Out, a genre-defining classic. Everybody loved, everybody went to go see. I think Sinners is that. It's a classic. It's a new classic. And then the chaos option for Best Picture is obviously F1. Even though I would prefer F1 to take it over Hamnet. I think it's safe to say F1 is chaos. F1 is pure chaos. And I think it would be hilarious if it actually won. It would be the funniest thing to happen in Oscars history if the movie that won had a trademark in its name, had a brand in its name. The advertisement movie won Best Picture. It would be like infuriating, but in a deeply funny way, that I think is great for the sport. So yeah, those are my picks, predictions, and chaos options. I'm gonna go to class now because I'm probably late. So happy Oscars.